Hey guys, it is late. I pretty much almost forgot to do the video today. I was so excited. I took out the rest of your books. I was so excited about that I just totally forgot what I was supposed to do for you guys today. So, here it is. And I also, if you are doing your online learning and we're trying to do the social studies test today and you couldn't do it, it's because I forgot to set that to on also. So that is on now. If you have a chance to do it this weekend, go for it. It's about Jimmy Carter, who was a president of the United States who is from Georgia. So there's a lot of interesting information you guys should have been learning about him this week. But that's also available if you are doing the online learning. But let's go ahead. It is Friday, so I won't see you guys tomorrow or Sunday, but I'm going to go ahead and open up to the next chapter of Wayside School Gets a Little Stranger, and it is Chapter 3, Poetry. So let's listen up and go on. Sorry for all the clicking. I know that that's annoying, but all right, Chapter 3, Poetry. Mrs. Jules told everyone to pick a color and write a poem about it. Huh? Said Joy. For example, said Mrs. Jules, if brown was your favorite color, you might write, at the circus I saw a clown. On his face was a great big frown. His sad eyes were big and brown. Could you repeat that just a little bit slower? Asked Joy. Mrs. Jules repeated it for her. Ooh, I'm going to do purple, said Rondi. Hi, buddy. I just fed my doggies so they might come say hi. Talem's right here. Say hi, buddy. All right, let's get back to it. Mrs. Jules repeated it for her. Ooh, I'm going to do purple, said Rondi. Rondi loved anything purple. You can't do purple, said Allison. I'm doing it. So, said Rondi, Mrs. Jules didn't say two people couldn't do the same color. But purple is my favorite color in the world, said Allison. Rondi and Allison were best friends, but Allison always got her way. Rondi switched to blue. Joe raised his hand. I don't know what rhymes with red, he said. Mrs. Jules gave him a few suggestions. Bed, lead, wed. Think of words that end in ed. Oh, I get it, said Joe. He set to work. Rondi tried to think of words that rhymed with blue. She raised her hand. Mrs. Jules, she said, I chose blue. Can I rhyme that with zoo? Yes, that would be a good rhyme, agreed Mrs. Jules. How about glue? Asked Rondi. Yes, that rhymes too, said Mrs. Jules. Oh, I know, said Rondi. How about stew? Just pick one and get started, said Mrs. Jules. Rondi smiled. This is fun, she told Allison. There are lots of words that rhyme with blue. Allison grunted. Nothing rhymed with purple. In her mind, Allison had gone through every letter of the alphabet. Orple, burple, curple, durple, all the way to zerple. But after making a big stink over it with Rondi, she couldn't switch colors now. Rondi was just about to start her poem when she got an even better idea. Love that's true. Poets are always writing about love that's true, aren't they, Mrs. Jules? Sometimes, said Mrs. Jules. Rondi smiled. Except she really didn't know much about true love. Morning dew, she said. Poets write about morning dew too, don't they, Mrs. Jules? I believe so, said Mrs. Jules. Dana walked to Mrs. Jules's desk. I can't think of anything that rhymes with pink, she complained. I'm sure you'll think of something, said Mrs. Jules. She winked at her. I can't think, said Dana. My mind's on the blink. I'm no good at poetry. I stink. Just keep trying, said Mrs. Jules. Dana returned to her seat. She started to put her name on her paper, but her pen wouldn't write. Great, she complained. Now my pen's out of ink. Hey, Dana, whispered John. Do you want to borrow my pen? Sure, said Dana. Too bad, I'm using it, said John. Then he and Joe cracked up. Meanwhile, Allison was going through the alphabet for the 10th time. Merple, nurple, urple, purple, she thought. My left shoe, exclaimed Rondi. You better choose something, Rondi, and get started, advised Mrs. Jules. Hey guys, does that sound familiar? Sounds a little bit like me when we're trying to come up with something to write about. Choose something and get started. I got it, said Rondi. A bird that flew. At the end of the day, the children turned in their poems. Yellow by Kathy. I don't feel too well, oh. I don't know who to tell, oh. I'm sick and I smell, oh. My barf is yellow. Good one. Green by Stephen. The swimming pool has lots of chlorine. It turned my hair green. Brown by Joy. At the circus I saw a clown. On his face was a great big frown. His sad eyes were big and brown. Red by Joe. The fire truck is red. It hurried. The siren wailed. The house burned. The firemen saved the baby who screamed. Pink by Dana. My favorite color is pink. John is a rat fink. Purple by Allison. The baby won't stop crying. His face is turning purple. Will anything make him feel better? I bet a burple. Blue by Rondi. That was as far as she got. Those were pretty funny. Allison turned burp will into a contraction. So instead of I bet a burp will, she said I bet a burple with an apostrophe LL. Pretty funny. And then Dana had all those things that she could think of that rhymed with pink, and what she came up with was ratfink. So the dogs are going crazy. There's nobody outside. And then Joe, he came up with words that end in ed, but they don't make the ed sound. His words end with ed, but there's hurried, wailed, burned, saved, screamed. They end in ed, but they don't make that ed sound. So good try. That's one thing we did not get to do this year was poetry. So I know 3rd grade you'll get to do a lot of that. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'm going to have a guest reader for Monday, so get excited, guys. You can probably guess who it is, but I'm not going to tell you just because I just want it to be a surprise. I hope y'all have a great day and a great Saturday and Sunday. Get out. Hopefully it won't rain this weekend, and you can enjoy being outside, and I will see you guys on Monday.